All right, good morning, class,
Good morning.
potential investors, teacher staff. My company is Junior Mills, the big G. Now, the question I have today for everybody is raise your hand if you thought Junior Mills was all about cereal. That's what I thought too. But I'm gonna explain the reason why I asked that question at the end. Okay, some of our products that Junior Mills produce, soups, bitter cracker, snacks, some, I guess you can just say they chips, but not chips, cookies, granola bars. And here are some of the other stuff they have on the PowerPoint. All right. Let me introduce the people of the crew of Junior Mills. I am Maurice Evans, if you don't know me, right? I'm from Durham, North Carolina. I've been with Junior Mills for 13 years. I have a master's in management from with a concentration in MIS, and it's from Columbia University. Okay, right here, they're gonna introduce themselves later on. This is the historian, Miss Vendetta Adams. This is Mr. Keith Dombrowski. He is our external analyst. Our internal analyst is Miss Pamela Woman, and our financial analyst is the #1 stunner, Miss Harriet Frazier. I introduced myself, but what I'm going to talk to you about today, next I'm talking about Junior Mills, the current Junior Mills. Okay, later on, if we have time permit, well, I will talk about what's new at Junior Mills, and I also will talk about the recommendations. Junior Mills. Okay, Junior Mills is in the processing food industry. They are the third largest manufacturer of consumer goods, and they're the second largest cereal producer. They also have 43,000 employees, and their stock market price from yesterday, 403, was $56.11. Just to let y'all know, y'all should invest. Good company. All right. For sales, for the U.S. retail was in 2014, $10.6 billion. For international sales was $5.4 billion. For the convenience store and food service was $1.9 billion, and $1.3 billion was for joint ventures with other companies that's affiliated with Junior Mills. Their address is #1 Junior Mills Boulevard, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And the phone number is on the screen. And now I'm going to hand this over to Miss Adams.
Good morning, class. I'm Vendetta Adams. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, now Southern Belleville, North Carolina. My master's degree was at Columbia University as well in management. I'm also pursuing my bachelor's degree. Hey, I moved ahead and back. My bachelor's degree in information systems at Southern State University. I will talk about the history of General Mills and how they originally originated. The history of General Mills started. Also, I will also talk about the mission statement. My apologies. Okay, General Mills originated in the 1950s with Candler, Washburn. Him and the Pillsbury joined together within their company, and they wanted to produce the best flour and milling company. So after the milling company, General Mills ended up getting the gold, the bronze, and the silver medal in the best flouring company. After that, General Mills continued on and they revolutionized, and they went on to producing companies together. They end up dispersing and joining companies, joint ventures, and joining companies together within their history. I'm going to go back into where General Mills originated from, which started in 1928 with James Ford Bell. He also, my apologies, he also started the company back when, in 1928, when the company joined the stock exchange. That's how they got their name, with Betty Crocker and Kix being the face of General Mills. Betty Crocker, the way Betty Crocker started with the face of General Mills, they started out with couponing in 1956. And once they started out couponing, they was able to get different products with their coupon. Since that was getting expensive for General Mills retracted that, and that's how the box tops started, to where the education started with General Mills. And now all the schools collect the box tops. That's why you see box tops on Pillsbury and all General Mills products. And they give it back to 10%, and they said it adds up real quick and helps the education for the kids in the school education. Now I will continue on to where they was in the radio industry. General Mills also started out in the radio industry with 1941 with Lone Ranger. Lone Ranger produced for 20 years and transferred to TV in 1961 as the Lone Ranger. Also, General Mills started out with Bullwinkle and Rocky. They started out in 1959, and they started out as just the TV show with Rocky and Friends. Then they went on to the comic strip within 1962, and that ran for a long time, changing the comic strip. And then it ended up in 1968 with Rocky and Bullwinkle show. And then, you know, they produced the movie back in time with the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie. The submarine in 1962 was the Alvin submarine, which helped find Titanic in 1986. When they found the Titanic, it also helped find different bombs, and to this day, Alvin is still running, discovering. Also, they built the Alvin submarine to find in General Mills Milling Company back then, and it's a 15-foot submarine that they still use to this day. And as far as the mission statement with General Mills, when it comes to General Mills, for the health and wellness concentration, it provides with convenient, nutritious foods. The belief is that the variety of foods made with quality ingredients play an important in people's diets, providing nutrition and the convenient at the reasonable cost. Promotions, healthy lifestyles, and balanced nutrition and its activities are fundamentals to their mission and nourishing. And what that means for General Mills is, as everybody knows, everyone is starting to focus on the health frenzy. And when we're focusing on the health frenzy, General Mills' whole focus is fun in your mouth and having customers and building customers' relationships. So they provide innovative foods that will bring their customers back to them. And that's what they do as far as they nourish and they health. So they just focus on the new things, the new products that are coming in. So General Mills is always producing new products with their company. The next thing. Now I will pass on to external analysis for General Mills is Mr. Keith Dombrowski.
All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Keith Dombrowski. I was born and raised near Saginaw, Michigan. Obviously, I came down to North Carolina to attend the great Fayetteville State University, where I obtained a bachelor's degree in finance and accounting. I've been with General Mills for about 6 years now as an internal analysis. And what I'm going to talk to you today about is Porter's 5 forces and strategic group mapping. All right, main components of external analysis is Porter's 5 forces. Within that, you have the risk of entry. For the food processing industry, the risk of entry is low. The reason it's low is there's very high capital required. The reason why there's high capital requirement is the advancement of technology and automation. So this allows new entrants to not only to build a high capital, but also they need to build brand loyalty quickly. So most of the new entrants are bought out by competitors. Next, we have the intensity of rivalry, which is high. Economies of scale, the main part about this is everyone's trying to gain a bigger share of the market. And economies of scale allows them to obviously lower their prices, which causes price wars. That's why the intensity of rivalry is high. Bargaining power of buyers is high. Basically, farming is an anti-competitive industry. So farmers do not compete. They usually agree on the same prices to sell their corn or whatever. So within the food processing industry, you have a limited amount of buyers. So the farmers rely on these big buyers. They're not gonna go to the farmer's market and get one dime here and there to sell all the crops. They rely on these big buyers. So with a limited amount of buyers, the buyers are able to set the prices. Bargaining power of suppliers is basically the same thing, the same reasons. It's low, it's kind of the opposite. It's for the same reasons that I just mentioned. The only reason it's close to medium is volatile prices due to weather. Closest to substitutes is high. When the economy is bad, people generally have less money. When they have less money, they go towards generic brands. When the economy is good, they have more money, they generally go to restaurants. So all those are substitutes, which is why the closest to substitutes is high. All right, this is a strategic growth map, and this is a list of their key competitors. Obviously, you have General Mills, Danone. Danone is the French version. We might know them as Danone. You also have Kellogg's, Seneca. Just a key thing we noticed was, notice how Danone has the most revenues, and Seneca is way down there at the bottom, not even in the picture. If you go to the next slide, you'll see that Danone has the most revenues because they have 40% share of the market. However, their earnings per share is right around Seneca's. So what that means is that they keep more of their net income and they don't pass it off to the shareholders. All right, this concludes my part of the presentation. I would like to pass it on to Ms. Pamela Foreman. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Pamela Foreman. I was born in Stanford, North Carolina. Associate Arts, Biotech Community College. Bachelor of Science in Business Administration at Bell State University. Worked for General for more than 2 years. I will talk about distinct competency and SWOT analysis. Distinct competencies. Reputation. Reputation Institute conducted an online study which measured consumers' perception of U.S. 150 largest filmer companies. Each company earned a red track ball score of 0 to 100, representing an average measure of people voting for reputation for a company. General Mills received a cost score total of 83.03, taking the number of one spot. It was 5.60 points higher than the previous year, 2.98 points higher than Kraft Foods, the second most reputable company. Resource. General Mills very fresh product gold medal flour, which made back in 1866, and today is still number one flour in America 150 years later. Their approach to product profession is simple to combine high quality ingredients with good tasting recipes. SWOT analysis. Strengths. Diversified brand portfolio, growth, intentional business, brand reputation. I will talk about one of the strengths. Diverse brand portfolio. General Mills offer brands that have a strong market presence. Diverse brands are found in baking, products, cereal, soup, and many more. Device helps to reduce the risk. Weaknesses. Product recalls relies on large retail customer, currency fragmentation. I will talk about product recalls. To hamper the company brand image is about General Mills has been involved in a number of products such as chocolate flavored fiber, 190 calorie, True Bark Natural Valley dark chocolate flavored, granola chips, Love and better cookie bars, and jam breakfast. Opportunities. Demand for health foods, growth in robust emerging markets, baby boomers, and joint venture. Baby boomers is increasing older population and a new market for the company's products. Threats. Rising cost of raw mineral, intensifying competition, food safety regulation. Rising cost of raw material is in grains, sugar, dairy products, vegetable foods, meat, vegetable oils, and other products. Products may cause General Mills to raise their costs if something is not done. And now passing to Harold Frazier.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Harold Frazier. I am born and raised in East Africa. going to a bachelor degree in management information system in Kansas State. Been with General Miles for more than 2 years. Today I'm going to speak to you about General Miles' business level strategic and financial performance. General Miles' basic foundation is on customer. Customers, General Miles, determine what will be served, what need will be met, and how those needs will be satisfied. General Miles put a big value on those. With that to support, General Miles use demographic lifestyle. Demographic lifestyle, it helps General Miles to distinguish this value and test, to use it in a different and certain area, global community. By doing that, constantly General Miles stay above their competitor. General Miles has ability to forecast because they see the determination, the customer, what needs to be done in that area. They use the forecast to create a future product or different brand. Financial performance in General Miles 2014, General Miles $19.2 billion in net sales performance platform sales. In Latin America, 1 billion. General Miles in Great China, 12%. Do that constant currency basic. In fiscal 2014, reached more than 7 million. General Miles more than 2.2 billion. Cash shareholder 217% dividend increase. 2015, the quarter report, General Miles, for 13 weeks ended February 2015, total 4.3 billion, 1% from last year, down due to the foreign currency effect. The segment operation profit is 1% down than last year. The earnings per share total 56 compared to last year ago. Now I hand it to Mr. Evans.
All right, since we're short on time, I'm gonna go through this real quick. What's new in General Mills is Nibbler. This is a new snack they're trying to, you can order through the website, through the post service for come in. They got 59 flavors, they got, nuts, berries, spice and stuff like that, which is very, since it's a high demand on nutritious food, this is one thing they're doing. Next thing, of course, I know y'all heard was Cheerios protein and the ancient grains for Cheerios, which, is good for older people, since, they need all the vitamins and minerals they need. This is one thing I was gonna say that they need to do, but since they put this out, so they are already doing it at the moment. All right, recommendations. Here's the recommendations. Was to increase quality control, also to adjust to environments, online marketing, also to go fully efficient by what I want to restructure their factories to be more biomass. But the one I want to talk about is the quality control. When I asked a question in the beginning, actually about was General Mills, when you think about General Mills, what you thought about was a cereal. Okay, my point is about General Mills, if your image is cereal, you should have the best quality control when it comes to cereal. I was looking up information on response about customers about things they had issue with. Most of them always say there's something that's black, tar, hard, and chewy inside of the cereal box or some type of cereal grain bar. That's one thing they should have on down pat, because If I know General Mills as a cereal company, and everybody else know, that means they should have the best quality control on their #1 selling item, which is cereal. Today that ends my presentation. We thank you for being here today.